members of our Odisha State Free Service Forum Association. And along with that, I must tell we just controlled two campaigns like video campaigns and poster campaigns. Somewhat it was fine that we could control that. And today, now I would like to say to the President of Odisha State Free Service Forum, Dr. Somendra Kumar Pandya sir, to share his thoughts. Sir.
Thank you, Devashish.
Pandya sir.
Good evening, everyone, and a happy World Physiotherapy Day 2020. Previously, Odisha Physiotherapy State Forum had done many activities like free fooding, free blood campaigns, like other activities like webinars, seminars. But this time, due to the pandemic, we took a chance for arranging some free webinars by the eminent and young talented of physiotherapists for doing this. Today, I am glad that Dr. Anil Panigrahi has taken his valuable time in this pandemic to take the webinar. He is also a very good speaker. He has attended every sessions we have been told he has been conducting it fine, and I am thank him for this activities. Thank you. I'll not take many time and I'll tell sir to continue his session. Thank you, all of you. Jai Jagannath.
Thank you so much, sir, for participating and initiating the webinar session. So, without wasting our time, I must go for okay. I think Biswajit Sahu, sir, our Vice President, Dr. Biswajit Sahu is there. Are you there, sir? Biswajit Sahu, sir. Okay. Anyway.
I think it's not there.
Okay, fine. Anyway, so let's, without wasting time, I must declare something that we just had 4 speakers today without one after one session, but unfortunately our
Devashish are not audible.
Is there any problem with the mic?
Not sure. Devashish are not audible.
I think there is some network issues going on.
Okay. We'll start otherwise.
So actually the weather is very bad actually over here.
Okay.
No problem, sir. We are back. So we will have 3 sessions today. The first session, Honorable Dr. Anil Panigrahi sir would be there to start his session. I would definitely thank all of you for joining us. Please keep on joining. We are live from our social medias like Facebook and YouTube also. So keep on joining there also. And so before that, I would like Anil Panigrahi sir that please say something about today's day and about our WSPF, so that we'll be motivated and all our guys will be getting to know about this thing. And it's a great day for us. Again, wish you happy work with all of you. Sir, please attend your station.
Good evening. Am I audible? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So a very warm welcome and good evening to all. You see, physiotherapy has traveled a long distance. Okay, we're still much more to be done. In fact, many times I feel that the father of medicine, Mr. Hippocrates, whose oath usually we take, I don't know whether in Odisha, the convocation people take Hippocratic oath or not. We took when we completed our course back in 2005 under Dr. NGR Medical University, Chennai. So, in fact, Hippocrates, who is considered as the father of medicine, he was actually a physio because he utilized massage, hot fermentation, and all those things. So, World Physiotherapy Day. So, we may say also that physiotherapy might be the initial medicine. Okay. So, hopefully, many young physios we are seeing nowadays, and I hope that they will carry forward the responsibility with utmost perfection. With that, I conclude my speech. We may begin the session as soon as possible. Over to you.
Hello, sir.
We'll start?
Yes, sir, definitely. Good content.
Okay. So, good evening. So, today my topic will be, I'll start the screen sharing. Today I'll be talking about effect So today's topic is exercise and health. I'll be talking about effect of exercise on different systems of body and what shall you choose. It is for the people. I mean, those who want to go to gym and exercise. Plus, it may also be useful for people in case in future you want to advise someone who wants to exercise, whether to reduce weight or whatever their motive is. You may be able to prescribe him what type of exercises you wish to take on. So, welcome all delegates and thanks to OSPF for their invitation. So, what is fitness? Before we go into what kind of exercises we are going to teach, we may talk about fitness. So, there is no worldwide definition on fitness. For example, WHO, World Health Organization, says that not only physical fitness is a person is physically fit is not necessarily fit, he must be mentally, socially, even spiritually also they are emphasizing. But today's topic I am emphasizing only on fitness, since I have taken the definition of United States Department of Health and Human Services, which usually says that a fitness is nothing but a set of attributes that people have or achieve that relates to the ability to perform physical activity. A person's physical activity, how much time he can do without getting fatigued, whether it's be it running or heavy weightlifting and all, without getting fatigued, how much time he can perform, that is what is known as fitness. Remember one thing, that nowadays people think because of watching movies or albums or serials, that they've come to believe that fitness is nothing but bulging biceps or chiseled chest or six-pack abs or washboard abdomen, bikini bodies and all like that. No, it's not. I believe many times that they are very poor role models who tell persons to build up biceps or tell girls to lose weight. No, that's not fitness actually. Fitness is what you can perform for a longer duration without getting fatigued, whether you must not have any kind of chronic illnesses. That is what we may say a person is fit. Remember, you must work out or tell others to work out for a longer, healthier life to reduce chances of chronic illness. You need not show off at all, okay, for statuses on WhatsApp or Facebook or Instagram. No, you need not. Okay, do for yourself, because you may be able to teach your friends and all. So we may divide the fitness into two. One is aerobic fitness, another one is anaerobic fitness. So aerobic fitness is nothing but which is attainable through low intensity training and which is nothing but endurance or stamina. Fine. And a person with good aerobic fitness has such a stamina that he can stand worst type of even lactic threshold. That is, they don't get fatigued easily. And remember that aerobic fitness is the foundation for all other kind of fitness. If you don't have a proper aerobic fitness or a cardiovascular fitness, you can't even do for weight training. Weight training. And what is anaerobic training? Anaerobic fitness is nothing but it involves higher intensity training, and it's needed for short, explosive bursts of activity, and it requires a good foundation of aerobic fitness. So aerobic fitness is nothing but how much longer time stamina you can do, like cycling, walking, swimming. And aerobic fitness is short bursts of like how much you can lift, like by say a dumbbell or a barbell, how much bench presses you can do, or how many push-ups or sit-ups and all those things. So before I go into
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir. Sorry for the disturbance, sir. Sir, it's not visible, sir.
My slides are not visible?
No, sir.
Okay, one second.
So you can share your screen, sir.
One second, yeah, I'm sharing the screen. Now, okay. Is my screen visible?
Yes, sir, visible, sir. You can.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now, is my slide visible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Slide visible?
Yes, sir.
Visible, no?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
okay.
Sir.
Okay, I'll just do a slight rewind. So as I already said, that aerobic fitness and anaerobic fitness. So aerobic fitness is nothing but your stamina. Basically, aerobic is nothing but your heart and lungs, and anaerobic is your muscles. How much explosive energy you can express or perform. So remember that in our body we have two main energy systems. One is aerobic and another one is anaerobic. So aerobic is what? It uses oxygen, and in your anaerobic you don't use oxygen. You usually utilize your body energy reserves like your muscle and your glycogen plus creatine stored in your muscles. Whereas in the aerobic part, oxygen is utilized to form either in Krebs cycle, or there is a ready-made energy present in your NADH and FADH where the hydrogen ion is removed and ADP is converted into ATP. Okay, so you need energy for workouts. So the four energy system, which is two aerobic and two anaerobic, no exercise is there where only one energy system comes into play. It is a combination of both. It depends on the intensity and duration. For longer duration and slower burst of energy, usually it is the aerobic time, and short burst of less than 4 minutes, usually it is the anaerobic part which you utilize. So the training principles, okay? So whenever you train a person, remember sport, specificity, progression, overload, reversibility, and rate. So what is specificity? There is a SAID principle, SAID, specific adaptation to imposed demand. That is, if a person wants to go for aerobic, then only his aerobic part will improve. And if a person who goes for weight training, his anaerobic part will improve. Okay, you cannot achieve anaerobic fitness through aerobics and vice versa. Slow progression shall be made over a period of time. When the person is able to perform the activity easily without fatigue, then only you may progress. You must overload the person. If what he is able to do easily, then his fitness might not improve. So you may give him a difficult stuff, a challenging task. Slowly improve it based on his fitness, and you may achieve the optimal level. And remember one thing, it is reversible. I'll come to that later. And try whatever, or you just think that which exercise is suitable for him. For example, a young person might be able to do, say, jogging. But if a 60-year-old man comes to you, wants to improve his fitness, you must not prescribe jogging because it might affect his ankle, knee, and other parts of body because it's quite stressful. Rather, you may tell him to go for a cycling. So reversibility, remember one thing that many times people feel that once they attain a level of fitness, it will remain forever. It's not like that. The moment you leave within 48 to 78 hours, 72 hours, detraining sets in and wasting of muscles begin. Okay, one study says that 1% per day VO2 max gets reduced if a person goes for 20 days bed rest. So you can understand. So it's a continuous process. A person must exercise regularly. Now let's go to aerobic adaptations. So as I've already emphasized that aerobic adaptations are nothing but cardiovascular adaptations. So low intensity and long duration exercises, of course, heart, that is cardiovascular, respiratory, muscle, metabolic, psychological. These are the 5 main changes. So what are the acute adaptations? Obviously, whenever you exercise, you may see that whenever you are running, there is an increase in heart rate. It will happen automatically because more venous return is there. Your heart has to pump more blood to the active muscles in your lower limbs, so heart rate will increase. As the heart rate is increasing, stroke volume will also increase. There will be increased cardiac output. Suppose it is 6,000, it may go up to 24,000 ml, that is 24 liters. Of course, increased VO2. What is VO2? Now, how much oxygen you are inspiring and how much out of it you are utilizing. So, of course, the more you will ventilate more, your lungs will expand more, so more oxygen you will bring.
Excuse me, sir. Sir, voice is not audible, sir, clearly.
One thing I don't understand.
Excuse me, sir. Your voice is actually not audible clearly.
Okay.
There is some disturbance in your voice.
Okay. One second.
The voice quality.
One second. Let me try to handle it.
Maybe due to any network problem.
Am I audible properly?
Yes, sir. It is clear now. Please proceed.
Am I proper? Is it proper now?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll continue. Okay, so acute adaptation. So there will be an increase in heart rate, there will be increase in stroke volume, there will be increase in cardiac output, VO2, and of course there will be a systolic increase in BP as the heart is beating
Once again,
faster.
sir, excuse me. Sir, again, it is disturbing your voice. There is some disturbance in your voice quality again. It is not clearly visible. It is visible, but not clearly visible.
Sorry,
not
everyone's
clearly audible.
voice is affected now. Even I am not able to hear others' voice also. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible now.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Am I audible properly now?
Sir, please say again.
Am I audible properly now?
No, sir.
Okay. Shall we continue?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So as I said that there will be acute adaptations where the heart rate is increased, okay, based on catecholamines, because whenever you are running hard, there will be more adrenaline secretion. So there is increase in heart rate. There is increase in your stroke volume, VO2, cardiac output, and of course there will be systolic BP will increase because heart is pumping more blood, okay? And there will be increased blood supply to the active muscle areas, and there will be increased AV, that is arteriovenous O2 difference. I'll come to that later. So why there is at rest you see, there will be the arterial blood contains 20 ml of oxygen per 100 ml of blood. So, and venous blood is 15 ml, but during your exercises, it reduces to up to 2 to 4 ml. That is your acting its muscles, they extract more oxygen. And the increased blood pressure is due to increase in cardiac output and increased pulse rate. Plus, there will be increased circulatory catecholamines. Catecholamines is nothing but adrenaline and noradrenaline. Then those are the acute adaptation. That is when you are going to exercise. When at the time of exercise, what happens? But when you develop your fitness, what happens then? These are the chronic adaptations. So what are the chronic adaptations? So obviously, there will be increased cardiac output. Remember that at submaximal level or minimal level or at rest, there won't be any increase of cardiac output because there is no need for cardiac output to be more. But when you are working out for longer durations, like say marathon running or 10,000 meters running, more than 20 minutes workout, then that time there will be more cardiac output. Okay, because there is increased stroke volume and there will be increased end diastolic volume and decreased early end systolic volume. So the cardiac output increases. You see, this is a table which says how much blood is supplied to different parts of body during exercise. When you are standing quietly, that time same 5,900 ml or 6 liters of cardiac output, but during exercise it may reach up to 24,000 ml, that is 24 liters. Okay, around 4 times more. Heart, which receives 250 ml of blood per minute, will receive 1 liter of blood during heavy exercise. Brain doesn't have much capillarization, as it doesn't have an area to expand. Hence, brain will get only 750 ml of blood as during exercise and also during quiet. During at rest, active skeletal muscles which may receive 650 ml may go up to 20 liters or 21 liters of blood. Inactive skeletal muscles will reduce. For example, suppose you are running, lower limbs will get more, and from the upper limb, blood will be drained and transported to different parts of your body. Skin will remain unchanged, that is 500 ml per minute. Kidney, liver, GIT, blood from these areas will be transported to the other parts of body like your muscles. Some problem is there, ମୁଁ ଦେଖୁଛି ଆଉଥରେ ଦେଖୁଛି
ହେଲା sir ଏବେ ହଉଛି sir
ନାଇଁ ଜୁମ୍ କୁ ଆସିଲେ ହଉଛି ବୁଝିଲ ନା
ଆଚ୍ଛା
ଏବେ କ୍ଲିୟର ଅଛି
ହଁ ଜୁମ୍ କୁ ଆସିଲେ ହଉଛି ବଟ୍ ପାୱାର ପଏଣ୍ଟ କୁ ଗଲେ some problem ହଉଛି ରୁହ ମୁଁ ଗୋଟେ କାମ କରୁଛି ଦେଖିଆ
କ୍ରାକ୍ କ୍ରାକ୍ ହେଇକି ଭଏସ ଶୁଣା ଯାଉଛି ପୁରା କ୍ଲିୟର ଶୁଣା ଯାଉନି
ନାଇଁ ସେଇ ପାୱାର ପଏଣ୍ଟ କଲେ ସେମିତି ଆସୁଛି ପାୱାର ପଏଣ୍ଟ କୁ ଗଲେ ସେଟା ଆସୁଛି ଡୋଣ୍ଟ ଅଣ୍ଡରଷ୍ଟାଣ୍ଡ କାହିଁକିନା
ଏବେ ତ କ୍ଲିୟରଲି ଶୁଣା ଯାଉଛି
ଏବେ ପୁରା କ୍ଲିୟର ଅଛି
ଏବେ କ୍ଲିୟର ଅଛି
exactly but one second wait I'll check it Google Drive
और से वॉइस दो ऑडिबल किंतु क्रैक क्रैक ହେଇକି ଆସୁଛି जो को बुझी होउनी
ଆଜ୍ଞା ଆଜ୍ଞା
नेटवर्क
मैडम
प्रॉब्लम
କହୁଛନ୍ତି
ଯଦି
କି
ହଁ ମ୍ୟାଡାମ
ମୁଁ କହୁଛନ୍ତି ତା ଭଏସ ଟା ଶୁଣିଲା ମୁଁ ଦେଖୁଛି କୋଉଠି ଥିଲା WPT ଇଏରେ ଥିଲା ଗୋଟେ ମିନିଟ ଆଚ୍ଛା ଗୋଟେ କାମ କରୁଛି ରୁହନ୍ତୁ ଗୋଟେ କାମ କରୁଛି ବୋଧେ ଯୋଉ ସଫ୍ଟୱେର ଟା ମୁଁ ଡାଉନଲୋଡ କରିଛି ସେଥିରେ ବୋଧେ କିଛି ପ୍ରୋବ୍ଲେମ ଅଛି one second I'll solve it Just give me a minute. ଏବେ ମୋ voice ଠିକ ସେ ଶୁଭୁଛି?
हाँ sir, audible sir, properly.
अच्छा,
Sir, actually network problem.
PowerPoint
ଏବେ ଠିକ ସେ
continue
ଶୁଭୁଛି?
ଜଣା ପଡିବ।
हाँ सर ଏବେ ପୁରା କ୍ଲିୟରଲି ଶୁଣା ଯାଉଛି।
हाँ sir,
अच्छा,
start
अच्छा।
करें sir.
Okay, okay, okay. Problem is a software the problem ଅଛି. One second, I will try. Am I audible now?
Yes sir, perfectly.
Okay, okay, then I'll go like this, huh? Okay, training principles मुझे कौशली सकते बड़े. What I said was that specificity, progression, overload, reversibility, and trade. So specificity is if you want to improve your aerobic fitness, it will only improve your aerobic fitness. You won't gain a single muscle by doing aerobics. Okay. Similarly, progression, you should progress properly. You should overload the muscles or your system, otherwise you are not going to improve. And if you quit exercises, then there will be reversible changes. Okay, don't think that once you have attained fitness means it will remain forever. No, once you quit exercises, detraining effects will start and you will go back to the former position. Then trade, you decide what type of exercises you are going to teach. Suppose I am a young person, 18, 19 years old, I'm overweight, I may jog or run or cycle. But if a person with 60, 70 years old comes, then you may prescribe him static cycling, not jogging or treadmilling. Okay. So that's what I have said, that reversibility. Once you detrain, you leave exercises, within 20 weeks, you may go back to your former position. For example, during COVID crisis, 5 months I did not exercise. When I went 3 weeks back, severe pain I had. I did with lesser weight, and within 3 weeks, I again gained my initial fitness level. So what are the aerobic adaptations? So aerobic adaptation, that the name itself suggests, aerobic adaptations are nothing but system of your heart and lungs. Okay, how they develop if you are going for aerobic exercise. So we have classified them into cardiovascular, respiratory, muscle, metabolic, and psychological. So already I have said that acute adaptation, there will be increase in heart rate, there will be an increase in stroke volume, increased cardiac output, increased VO2, increased systolic blood pressure, increased blood supply to the active muscle areas, and increased arteriovenous O2 difference will be there. See why there will be an increase in heart rate. Obviously, when you are exercising, you are stressing your body, so stressor hormone adrenaline will get released. So heart rate will be released. Of course, increased stroke volume will be there as the heart is beating faster. Okay, it empties more, and from the different areas of blood, your blood will be returning, that is venous return, so stroke volume will be more. Already, pardon?
No sir, carry on sir.
Am I audible? Okay. So increase arteriovenous oxygen difference will be there, because at rest, you might not be utilizing whole oxygen, but when you are exercising, more oxygen will be utilized. So arteries will, so there will be lesser oxygen in your venous blood and more oxygen will be there in your arterial blood. And blood pressure will be increased, systolic blood pressure, due to increased cardiac output and pulse rate. Then what will happen if you are prolonging your exercises? You know, in my childhood, I used to think, wow, that these marathon runners are so lean. How come they run 40, 50 kilometers? Now I understand that if you are having bigger muscles or you are broadly built, it will actually prevent you running for longer distance, because lactate threshold will be lesser. I'll come to that later. So cardiovascular adaptation, your heart cardiac output will be more in maximal. At submaximal or at rest, there won't be any much difference in your cardiac output. But when you are exercising, it may reach up to 4, 5, 6 times also. as already I have explained that at rest, the cardiac output would be 6 liters. If you are exercising, it may reach up to 24, even up to 30 liters also per minute. Heart, which receives 250 ml, might get 1000 liters, 1000 ml. Heart and your brain has no change because brain doesn't have much capillaries to expand, and it won't expand also. It is in a closed, constrained skull. Okay, and you see liver, kidney, and GI tract. If you are having at rest, while they get around 3 liters, at excess they will be getting only 600 ml because from their blood is channeled to your active muscles. A dangerous thing is there, those who exercise a lot, their heart will increase in size. We call that athlete's heart. Okay, so there will be lesser resting, resting heart rate will be, there will be lesser. For example, suppose a normal person might be having 70 to 90, but for them it will be 60 or 50 also. Okay, there will be increased capillaries in your heart. Okay, capillaries will be more and more dense. You can see the picture. Okay, and there will be a athlete's heart where there will be both concentric, that is the walls of the heart muscles will be thicker, or eccentric, the heart itself will increase in size. So dangerous. If a person is having athlete's heart, he runs and all of a sudden he comes to a halt, he may get a cardiac arrest. So they should, you may see that while running, suppose 4,000, 5,000 or meters they are running also, they don't come all of a sudden to rest. They continue running for some time, so that slowly they bring the heart rate to you base level. Okay. Yeah, already explained. Lower level, you know, Boris Becker, it seems he had a resting heart rate of only 36. Okay. Now, why there will be resting heart rate will be lower? Simple reason. See, heart pumps 6 liters of blood in a minute. So if your heart is larger in size, its volume is more. The heart chambers hold more blood, then it doesn't have to pump harder. It has to pump slower but efficiently. So that's why lower resting heart rate will be there. Remember, if you are having a heart rate of 60 to 66, you may consider yourself fit. But if you are having a heart rate of 90 and 120, consider you are quite unfit. Then of course there will be increased heart rate recovery. Already I have explained this. I think the picture is not coming in this software. So what is that? Suppose I am a fit individual. I am running and then I stop. So my heart rate, which has reached around 200 per minute, will come down to base level 66 sooner. But if you are untrained, it will take a longer time for you to return to the base level. Okay. And in a chronic, in the long term, if you are doing aerobic exercises, it will help in reducing your blood pressure. That's why we tell persons with blood pressure to go for aerobics, like cycling or morning walk. Simple morning walk will also help. Okay. Why blood pressure gets reduced? You know, the vagus nerve. Okay. If you are stressed, then the vagal discharge will be there. Okay. Will be reduced. As a result, the parasympathetic system, which usually inhibits your blood pressure, will be more. So if you increase the vagal discharge, blood pressure will be lesser because peripheral resistance will be lesser and blood pressure will be lesser. You are exercising, the adrenaline gets combined with oxygen and it's metabolized. So the lesser stress will be there. Plus there will be serotonin reduction, serotonin secretion. You might get a very good sleep, and sometimes even dopamine secretion will be there, which makes you feel happy. And as a result, there will be a reduced blood supply. Blood pressure. Okay. The oxygen. Okay. IV oxygen ratio will be lesser. The reason is more capillarization of skeletal muscles will be there and heart. This is the reason. You see, oxygen extraction will be 3 times more. And if you are working out for 55 days normally, then 13% increase in oxygen extraction will be there. Then of course, there will be an increase in blood volume also. Okay, that studies show that if you are working out aerobics, cardiovascular exercises, then definitely it will help in improving your blood volume. It may raise up to 25%. So the blood volume will be more, you will be having better heat tolerance, you'll be having better oxygen and all those things. Now, as I am doing exercises, my hemoglobin level is 15 to 15.5. Okay, normally those persons who go to donate blood, I find them 13 or 14. But I am having good hemoglobin. That's because I am also combining aerobic exercises along with weight training. And you know a funny thing, have you ever heard about blood doping? What is blood doping is, in the 70s and 80s, athletes, I mean that is aerobic athletes like runners, marathoners, swimmers, even boxers also, they used to extract 1 unit of blood 3 to 4 weeks prior to the event, and 2 days or 3 days prior to the event, they used to reinfuse them in their body. As a result, there will be more oxygen, I mean, there will be more hemoglobin, myoglobin, RBCs. It helped in their endurance. Okay, now it is banned. And there will be, of course, already I have explained, there will be increased capillarization of the skeletal muscle. And as a result, better oxygen will be delivered to the acting muscles. And the best part of your aerobics is, as you are utilizing your fat reserves, you are also reducing deposition of fat in your adipose tissue. And as a result, less plaque formation, you have lesser chances of cardiovascular diseases. You may live 40 to 50% more than a sedentary person if you are exercising properly. Then pulmonary adaptations. The best pulmonary adaptation is, of course, you have to take oxygen. So lungs will be inflating more. That is simply speaking, the ventilation. Okay, better ventilation will be there. Oxygen, the extra oxygen that you take, you know, when we utilize our muscle glucose or liver glucose, it gets after it releases energy, becomes pyruvate, and pyruvate becomes lactic acid. If your oxygen is more, this oxygen will combine with lactic acid and make more pyruvate, and pyruvate again will be reconverted into a glucose. That is what we call lactate threshold. Then there will be reduced ventilatory equivalent, or O2, which is simply what you will be lesser chances of, you have lesser chances of fatigue. You can work out for more time. You will be working out for more time. Once again. Okay. Then apart from this, there will be increased lung ventilation, increased oxygen uptake, and increased or better lactate threshold. Okay, ventilation already I explained, because your diaphragm is contracting more, you'll be having better lung ventilation. Okay, you will be having VO2 max will be better, which is around, for example, 3.5 ml. For you, it might be 3.7, 8, or even 4 milliliters per kg per second, per minute. And lactic acid, as I already explained, lactic acid will combine with the oxygen and becomes pyruvate. So if you are doing aerobic exercise, your stamina will be more. Whole day you can work out, you can go to your office or all other activities without getting fatigue. And within the muscle tissue, same, what happens in your acute, same thing. Again, increased capillarization will be there, better oxygen utilization will be there, and lactic acid will be delayed. Okay. Apart from this, okay, there is other adaptations are there, like you have a better oxygen VO2 during your submaximal exercises, and you have an increased resting metabolic rate. And psychological, already I have explained that there will be better serotonin secretion, which will help in your better sleep. Okay, it boosts your confidence, it metabolizes adrenaline, stress and anxiety.
Screen is not visible, sir.
Pardon? Screen not visible?
No, sir, not visible.
Okay. Is it visible now?
Right, sir.
Visible now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So better psychological. Okay. So psychological adaptation is, it increases serotonin, boosts confidence, and metabolizes adrenaline. So this is a summary. You see, if you are doing aerobic exercises, there won't be any increase in your muscle strength. Always remember, doing aerobic exercise, you cannot increase your muscle strength, but endurance will be increased. Aerobic power will be increased. There won't be any force. There is no change in force production. Force production will be less or unchanged. There is no change in anaerobic power. Sprint speed may not change. Fiber size will remain same. Okay, capillary density will be more. There won't be any changes in your myosin heavy chain muscles. There won't be any much change with your anaerobic enzymes, but aerobic enzymes like CPK, phosphofructokinase, LDH may be variable. Okay, there will be increase in stored ATP, stored CP may increase, stored glycogen may also increase, stored triglycerides may increase, and of course your ligament, muscle, and ligament joints and bones density will be more. You have your body fat percentage will go down, but fat free mass, muscle mass won't increase. But definitely there will be a reduction in body fat percentage. Now, what happens when you do aerobic weight training? So weight training usually involves two main systems. One is a phosphagen system, that is nothing but your creatine phosphate. Creatine phosphate is stored in your body. It gives your extra phosphate and converts circulating ADP into ATP. This ATP again breaks down and releases energy. Okay, leave that. Just remember that in your muscles you have creatine, which helps in immediate explosive energy. Then followed by your glycogen lactic acid system. Glycogen and lactic acid system gives you strength where you are working out for more than usually 20 seconds. Okay. For example, you are running, you are sprinting, those type of activities. If it is beyond 20 seconds, okay, 100-meter dash, usually you are utilizing only your creatine phosphate system. Remember, the quality of an individual muscle tissue can begin to change and adapt only after several workouts. You may see that people go to gym and start standing before the mirrors and see the next day, after going one day, they will check whether their muscle is hypertrophied. It's not possible. Usually 20 weeks is required. Unless you have 20 weeks of workout, you won't get any visible changes. So work out for 20 weeks, and that too 3 sessions per week. Otherwise, there won't be any changes. Okay. So what are the training adaptations? There will be increased electromyographic activity, motor unit activation will be more, reflex motor unit activation will be more. All these factors result in increased muscle strength. There will be fast twitch myosin units, and myosin cross bridges will be more. Hence, the tone will be more and muscles will be bulkier. So you see the left side, the motor unit is having lesser fire potential, but if you are working out more aerobics, then the motor unit size will remain same, but rate of fire will be more. So why it is so? I'll come to that later. Okay. See, suppose you are working out for a chest muscle. Suppose you are working out for your pectoralis major. Only your pectoralis major won't work. Along with that, you have pectoralis minor, you have your triceps, you have your shoulder muscle, all work. So the motor units will be activated, they will synchronize, and they will help in working out. Okay. You see a untrained person, when he pushes up, does push-ups, it will be crude to watch. But a trained person, when he pushes up, it's a marvel to watch him. Okay. Apart from that, other physiological effects increase. Of course, there will be increase in muscle mass, increase cross-sectional area, angle of pination will be more, type 1 and 2 fiber area will be more. So all these things will help in increase of your strength and power. Okay. Apart from that, there is capillary density, but unfortunately, as I said, that does not involve your aerobic power. Capillary density won't be more. In fact, your stamina will go down if you are doing more anaerobic workouts, because there is more glycogen is stored. You will be utilizing more glycogen, and lactic acid will be more produced. So your stamina will go down if you are doing aerobic activity, but strength will be more. Okay. So as you know that hypertrophy will be there. Okay. 95 to 100% more hypertrophy will be there. Okay. Muscle, though we believe that there is the number of muscle tissues remains, but
Excuse me, sir.
excuse me,
Excuse me, sir.
am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Excuse me, sir. Just for a minute, sir. Pardon me, sir, for a minute, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. I just want to have an announcement that though we started, as I started late, so our next session will be starting just after finishing this. So after this, we'll have a question and answer session. And again, I'm trying to tell that our last speaker, who was supposed to be live from New Delhi, Dr. Priyota Gautami, as he is going unwell with his health, so he will not be able to carry out his session today. So we can extend our time duration up to another 15 minutes or 20 minutes. So Anil sir is requested to continue his session as much as possible to continue to get our
Okay.
participants completed. Thank you so much, sir.
Okay. Okay. So you understand that exercises, there won't be any hypertrophy of muscle. You see the marathon runners, there is no muscles. They don't have many muscles. Okay, they utilize more stored energy. But you see the bodybuilders, your weightlifters, wrestlers, how beautiful their muscles are. Okay. Then you see the myosin heavy chain. There is the type 2B fibers. They might convert into slower muscle fiber types over a period of time. So it's more economical, lesser cross bridges, and better power generation will be there. Now you remember already I have said that there will be reduction of capillary reduction because mitochondria, okay, density won't increase, okay. Mitochondria density and size will remain same, but the muscles will be larger in size. So the power of your cell will not be able to provide for longer durations. So aerobic capacity will reduce if you are doing heavy workouts. Okay. And one more thing, there will be delayed onset muscle soreness with your aerobic with your weight training. Usually, aerobic exercises does not result in much muscle soreness, but if you are doing a gym activity, weightlifting, then definitely, because there are minor tears in your muscle where there will be edema and inflammation plus prostaglandin and histamine secretion. As a result, muscle will be painful. I remember 3 weeks back when I joined gym, after 5 months, severe delayed onset muscle soreness I had, yet I continued. Now I don't have any muscle soreness at all. Again, I got back to my former shape. So this is a summary. The muscle strength will increase with weight training. Muscle endurance definitely will be more. Okay, better power output will be there. Okay. Aerobic power, there won't be any changes. Anaerobic power will increase. Sprint speed will different. That is more faster. You will be able to do. Fiber size will increase. Capillary density will decrease. Mitochondrial density will decrease. Heavy chain myosin will increase. Motor unit side will increase or no change. Usually no change. Okay, but the rate of firing will be more. And you see all the enzymes will be increased. Store ATP will increase, store creatine phosphate will increase, store glycogen will increase, triglycerides may increase, fat reduction won't be there, but your lean body mass, your muscle mass will increase definitely. Now the question comes, what shall you choose? Now the choice is yours, okay? So the goal of anaerobic training is not visible here because of some technical issue. So anaerobic weight training is for your hypertrophy of your muscles, okay? It is for hypertrophy of your muscles plus to improve your strength. Whereas aerobic training is better for your VO2 max and improved stamina or endurance, okay, and or improve your cardiovascular function. Now, what I choose, I usually advise young people, that they should go for a combination of it. Okay, they should do aerobics 3 days along with minor weight training. Okay. So what happens, when you overload your joints, muscles or tendons or bones, they become stronger. But, and plus aerobic exercise, of course, your cardiovascular health is maintained. Okay. Aerobic is the best exercise, but some persons, what happened 6-7 years back when I turned 30, I promised my wife that I'm going to do only aerobic exercises. But when I started aerobic exercises, all my muscles, okay, started wasting. I think my weight became some 73 or 74. The t-shirts which I used to proudly wear and display my muscles started shrugging. I thought, no, I cannot do. And somehow what happened, I met with an accident, my patella broke, and again, I could not run. I again reverted back to, weight training, and I was quite happy. But for past 3 years, I'm doing a combination of both aerobics and anaerobic exercises also, okay? And remember one thing, there is no shortcut. In market, the morning walkers is available, Sona belt is available, green tea is available, green coffee is available, everything is available. But remember, nothing can help in reduction of your fat. Fat reduction is purely your exercises. Unless you exercise, there won't be any reduction of fat. And those who want to aerobically train yourself or prescribe, always prescribe after determining the person's fitness and health. And remember, aerobic adaptations are quite fast. Within 6 weeks, you may get the result. But anaerobic or weight training, it usually takes around 20 weeks. But aerobic is quite faster, and detraining effect is also quite delayed. So better you would go for aerobic exercises. Usually 3 to 5 days a week, and 60 minutes workouts in a gym is sufficient. Need not go for 7 days a week. Never advise anyone to go every day. Let them choose a a healthy life, a good diet, 3 to 5 days exercise, 3 days minimum, 5 days maximum, but not every day. Tell them to encourage them to take stairs when going down instead of taking the lift. Tell them to go for, household chores and all those things, but don't tell them, don't overload them, don't stress them that telling them that every day you must exercise. Start slowly, go warm up, then go for a cool down. Okay, teach them why you should warm up, why you should cool down. Go slowly. Okay, tell them take 6 weeks. Tell them may take 20 weeks, but don't tell them that within 3 or 4 days you will feel very good. Okay, so usually as a physio, we usually train fartlek training. Okay, it used to come as an essay. Also, what is fartlek training? Tell them to go on if they don't wish to go to a gym, tell them the terrain is there, around your house is there, and around the street is there. Follow, either walk, either run, whatever you do for 60 minutes. Go as you want. Let it be elevation, let it be depression, but you should do it 60 minutes. But better is a gym, treadmill, or cycling is better. Okay, tell them either they can go for a fast distance at a fast or steady pace, or go for an interval sprinting. But best one for sedentary or untrained or common person is fartlek training. And if someone, suppose a young guy, so those young guys who are listening here wish to go to gym and build muscles, then start slowly. Okay, all the gyms in Bhubaneswar, I have seen that they are prescribing unnecessary, they are forcing people or brainwashing people to take unnecessary performance enhancement substances like BCA, branched chain amino acids, and all those things. If you don't have a nutritional issue, don't take anything. Just common food, proper diet, proper eggs, proper milk, enough. You need not go for that. You may take those things unless you have a nutritional issue. Don't go for the steroids which they inject. Almost most of the gyms here they inject. Okay, you first understand what is ATP-PC system, what is glycolytic system. Go slow, start slow, take breaks. Then only you will improve your muscles. And as a physiotherapist, what I should advise for physios and common persons, exercise for your for your own self. Okay, be healthy. Don't idolize stars or models. Don't think that John Abraham or Sylvester Stallone. Think about common persons. Okay, think that you should have a good physique, not a bulging, protruding belly. You should not be pot-bellied. Okay, because suppose a person is coming to you, you are teaching. If you yourself are not fit, how you are going to motivate them? Okay. And remember one thing, that all the actors and actresses are using substances like maybe steroids and all those things. Okay, no one is without that. Most of the actors and actresses are either using drugs or some kind of performance enhancement substances, and they are having enough number of side effects. They usually hide it. Okay, don't be over enthusiastic. Okay, as I have said, that you are going to a gym and you may see very well built persons or fit persons. Don't get panic. Just do it, concentrate on your work, mind your own business, and leave rest of the things to God. Okay. And apart from the exercises, you also should have a healthy eating habit. What is the use? You are going and eating, exercising, coming out and smoking, or having pani puri or chaat. What is the use of that? No use. Okay. Maintain a healthy diet. I have seen people, they say that, oh, once in a while we are taking. No, you should not take at all. Okay. Don't take junk food. Avoid them. Okay. Consider what you are going to be when you turn 50 or 60. Okay. With that, I conclude my topic. It was very nice talking to you. And again, I thank OSPF for the great opportunity. If anyone have a question, they may ask me now. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much, sir. I would like to ask our participants, if there are any question, then we can just ask, or you can also chat.
Feel free to ask. Feel free to ask. Yeah, I'll be very happy.
Already we are having a time, no problem. We can go with that. Anybody is having any question?
Yes. If no question, means no one has understood anything.
Initially, there are some disturbances, sir. The voice was not audible properly to all of us.
I think the problem
But
was I
later on, it was quite.
Okay. Any questions from anyone? Okay, fine. Then I think no one has any question. If anyone wishes to get the PowerPoint or the material, they can contact me. Many are having my numbers, or they can approach OSPF. I will give them the material. They can
No,
utilize
sir. I
it.
can
Okay?
right now. I can share your number over here, sir. Sir, can you please?
Yes. They can. You can share my number. If anyone wishes to get the material, I'll be happy to provide that.
Yes, sir. One question is there, sir. From Pramanand,
Yes.
Dr. Pramanand, sir. Please describe. Yes, sir. That you can check the chat, sir.
They can ask me.
Sir, can you check your chat, sir?
Yeah. Please describe VO2 max and reserve heart rate. That is not reserve heart rate. That is resting heart rate. Okay. Am I audible, Dr. Premananda Swami? You just unmute your thing. Then I will explain.
Pramanand sir, please kindly unmute your voice, sir.
Yes, sir. It's audible.
Okay. So what is VO2 max? See, suppose in the environment you have 21% oxygen. Okay.
Yes.
You are inhaling. Suppose your vital capacity is say 750 ml. Okay. Or suppose your tidal volume of 750 ml. So in that 750 ml, you are
Yes.
having some oxygen. Okay.
Yes.
Fine. How and
Yes,
consider that oxygen to be 100%. Fine. And how much you are extracting the oxygen. Okay. That is only your VO2 max. Okay. Voluntary oxygen max. How much you are ventilating. Fine. That is only your VO2 max.
Yes.
VO2 max
Yes,
for rest
yes.
persons usually 3.5 milliliters per kg per minute.
Okay.
Okay. We in simple states, we all are having less than 40. Okay, 35 to 40, above 40 usually for athletes. Fine. So VO2 max is an indicator of how much oxygen you are how much air you are inhaling, and how much oxygen you are able to extract from it. Okay.
Okay, sir.
And what
And
is
sir,
resting heart
yes, sir.
rate?
Yes, sir.
Resting heart rate is nothing but your resting heart rate. At rest, what you are having? Okay, pulse rate only. Normal pulse rate only your resting heart rate. Okay. It is lesser in
Yes,
fitter
sir.
individuals and higher in unfit individuals. Okay.
Yes. And sir, one thing, while determining the intensity of exercise,
Yeah.
Actually, so many people say that used to determine first of all the VO2 max and the
There is
target
an
heart rate.
Yeah. See, I'll tell you something. There is an Uth Sorensen formula. You may find it online. It is very easy. 15 into heart rate max by reserve heart rate. Okay. You have to
Yes,
find
sir.
out that. Very easy. You need not go for a
Soren
lab.
formula.
Yeah. Uth Sorensen formula. Uth Sorensen formula. Okay.
Yes, sir. I will. Okay.
Okay.
And if
You can
I
find
will,
out. You can
if it
put the
then I
value
can.
of your heart rate. Just you have to find out the heart rate. You have to find out the target heart rate, and you can find out the VO2 max. But VO2 max is better determined using lab testing. But this is also a formula we usually utilize in clinical setups. Okay.
Okay. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. I'll see.
Anyone else? Biswajit Majhi. VO2 max equipment. VO2 max equipment you cannot just buy. Majabu, okay, it's very costly. Okay, so you follow Uth Sorensen formula. Okay. Dr. Majhi, you may unmute your thing.
Yes. Dr. Biswajit, you can unmute your voice and interact with sir.
I think those who are interested, they can message me. I will give you how to prepare, how to
Yes,
find
yes,
out
yes, sir.
VO2 max and
Sir,
how to
kindly repeat the numbers, sir, so that I can.
yeah, nine.
I'm doing it, sir, doing it. I'm doing it. No problem. I'm
Okay,
doing it, madam.
okay. I'll give you one material. You use it. You will find out the VO2 max, how to find out frame size, what should be the weight chart and all. Okay, just based on BMI, I don't assess. There is a frame size. Based on frame size, you should determine the ideal weight of a person, ideal body weight of a person, and how much he should reduce. That should be the case. Okay. And VO2 max, don't go for the equipment is very costly and you cannot just do it. You have to go for a 1.2 mile running test and all those. Many tests are there. That is how you test for your VO2 max. But there is Woods Sorensen formula. You can determine just testing checking the heart rate itself. Okay.
So again, Dr. Biswajit is asking about how spirometry is helpful.
Spirometry is for diagnosis purpose. Okay. Spirometry is for diagnosis purpose, not an indicator of fitness as such. Fine. Okay, but spirometry you may utilize to find out if he's having any kind of COPD or in case or he's having any kind of restrictive lung disease. Not used mainly for your, fitness as such. Okay. Anyone else? I have tested spirometry. We are trained to do spirometry. Usually we used to do spirometry for people suffering from cystic fibrosis or any kind of
Exactly,
pneumonia
sir.
and all those things, so that we can plan out a program for them. Okay, that is for diagnostic and therapeutic purpose. This presentation was mainly for normal persons. Okay.
Well,
Anyone?
thank you.
Anyone else?
Thank you so much. I must say, everyone, that I have shared Anil Panigai sir's number, today's speaker. So everyone can note it down and just make it a ping to star, and he will be able to provide you the detail of our
Yeah.
today's.
You can message me. I will provide this material plus those material where you can prepare a fitness gram of a person. You can find out what is the ideal body weight, fat percentage, you can VO2 max, and all those things. Okay.
Well, sir. Thank you, sir.
Anyone else?
Anyone else is
I'm
having?
quite happy. Many of my old students, Twinkle is there and Mona Lisa. Many people are there, but I'm quite upset that they did not ask me any question. Dolly is also there. No, many of my old students are there, but they should ask questions, I think. Okay, no problem, not an issue. They came, I'm quite happy for that to see them. Dolly, yeah. Anyone else? Any questions? Or shall we wind up?
Well,
We'll wind up then. Okay.
okay, sir. Okay.
1 hour. Okay.
Thank you.
I'm sorry for the technical. Okay,
No, sir,
perhaps.
actually, sir, the weather is the culprit, I think, sir. So there is completely bad weather. So initially, it was having so much of problems, sir.
Possible. Anyway, thank you. Thank you for all of your patience.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for sharing this great knowledge with us. I think there is no one else from our side, Vessel side. So I must take this privilege to thank you, sir, on behalf of OSPF. Thanks a lot, sir. You are also an active advisor and senior member of our OSPF also, and our teacher as well. Thank you so much, sir, for guiding us and keeping us, educated like this. So much of great topics. Thank you so much, sir. I must thank on behalf of everyone of OSPF for you. Thank you so much, sir, and wish you a happy work today again, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I'm
And sir, one request to you, sir. We are having two more speakers. Dr. Our next speaker will be Dr. Arun Kumar Satpathy, sir, from Kerala.
Sure.
And Dr. Paral sir will be also from Chandigarh, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Sure. I'm there.
Well, sir, can you stop sharing your screen, sir? Yes. Well. Well, thank you so much. Again, welcome to everyone to Westwave's World Physiotherapy Day special webinar. So, our next topic for World Physiotherapy Day special is from none other than our another youth stalwart from Kerala is none other than Dr. Arun Kumar Satpathy sir. He is working as a senior physiotherapist in ESA Hospital, Kerala. So I thank all of you for joining us, and I think everyone will be having a great day with World Physiotherapy Day celebration. So everywhere there is going on celebrations. So on behalf of WSPF, we have tried this much, along with the last time we had few problems with our members, but today itself there is a lot more celebrations are going everywhere. So few people are just less people are with us, less people are with us. So now I would like to request and invite Dr. Arun Kumar Satpathy sir to be on screen. Arun sir, can you please sir? Good evening sir, Arun sir. So you can unmute your
Good
mic.
evening.
Yes.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You are audible, sir. Good evening, sir. Good evening, sir. And welcome to the virtual platform of OSPF, sir. And wish you a happy World Physiotherapy Day, sir.
Thank you and same to you.
Sir, can you share your screen, sir? Can you open up your screen, sir? So there will be one option.
Just
Already.
Sian is there.
You actually already you stopped your video, sir. You just click on your video, sir. And there will be your face will be there, sir. So click on your video, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, sir. So it's a little bit dark, sir. Am I audible, sir? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
How to share PPT?
So there will be one option with your screen, sir. So there is a dot option above your screen, sir. So तीनटा dot option is ऊपर sir. So सेट टिके click करो तो share screen option आसियो sir. नहीं तोड़े sir क्यों? सर शेयर ऑप्शन आसला सर आपन स्क्रीन है शेयर स्क्रीन ऑप्शन थियो सर हेलो